Thought 6, harmony of the heart, balancing the scales of hurt and happiness. In the vast tapestry of human experience, there exists a profound and often unspoken dilemma, the choice between happiness and righteousness. This exploration delves into the intricate choice, exploring the depths of what it means to hurt others, and ultimately to choose between personal happiness and the need to be validated as right. The phrase hurt people is not just a saying, it's a reflection of a deep seated reality in human behavior. When hurt, we often enter a cycle of inflicting pain, sometimes unknowingly, on others. This cycle perpetuates a world of pain where wounds are constantly reopened and healing seems like a distant dream. But amidst the cycle, a critical question arises. What if we chose ourselves first? What if instead of perpetuating the cycle of hurt, we chose to love ourselves enough to seek happiness? This exploration is not just an exploration, but also an invitation to introspect. What matters most to you? This question isn't just rhetorical, it's a call to delve into the depths of your being. Do you seek happiness or do you seek to be right? Do you long for love or do you crave sympathy and empathy for the pain you have endured? The dilemma of choosing between being right and being happy is a complex one. On one hand, there is the human desire for validation, for our pains and struggles to be acknowledged and understood. This need often drives us to hold on to our grievances to ensure that others recognize the validity of our hurt. We become entrenched in our narratives, sometimes so deeply that we lose sight of the potential for happiness. On the other hand, there is the pursuit of happiness, a state of being that often seems elusive, especially in a world where hurt is a common denominator. Happiness, in this context, is not just a fleeting emotion, but a state of peace and contentment, a sense of fulfillment that transcends the immediate gratification of being acknowledged as right. This exploration seeks to unravel the layers of this dilemma, examining the impacts of our choices on our lives and the lives of those around us. It delves into the psychology of hurt, how being wounded affects our perceptions, our actions, and our relationships. It explores the dynamics of human interactions, how our pain can inadvertently become the source of another's pain, thus continuing a cycle that leaves little room for genuine happiness. Furthermore, it confronts the often painful process of self-reflection. It challenges us to examine our own lives, our choices, and our priorities. Are we clinging to our hurt because it validates our experience, or are we willing to let go in pursuit of a greater peace? Are we so focused on being right that we neglect the opportunities for joy and connection that life offers us? Furthermore, this exploration explores the concept of empathy, not just as a means of understanding others, but as a tool for self-healing. Empathy allows us to step into the shoes of others, to understand their perspectives, and in doing so, it offers us a pathway out of our own cycles of hurt. It helps us realize that the validation we seek from others might be found within ourselves and our capacity to understand and forgive. How do we prioritize happiness in a world that often seems consumed by pain? How do we navigate our relationships and our interactions in a way that promotes healing and joy rather than perpetuating hurt? It offers insights and strategies from mindfulness and self-care to effective communication and boundary setting. It emphasizes the importance of self-love and self-respect in this journey, highlighting how our relationship with ourselves sets the tone for our interactions with the world. It invites us to consider the possibility of a world where happiness is prioritized over righteousness. It paints a picture of what such a world might look like. A world where empathy, understanding, and love are the currencies of human interaction rather than the need to be right. It's a world where the touch of others no longer hurts our wounded flesh, but becomes a source of healing and comfort. This exploration is more than just a narrative. It's a journey into the heart of what it means to be human. It's an exploration of the choice we make every day and the profound impact those choices have on our lives and the world around us. In the end, the choice between happiness and righteousness is not just a personal one. It's a choice that shapes the very fabric of our collective existence. And that, my friends, is thought 6, harmony of the heart, balancing the scales of hurt and happiness. And I'm going to dive even further on my Patreon. So if you want to check it out, the link is in the bio. And also DM me. I'll send it to you. You can read it for free, though. So I look forward to connecting with you. But until next time, you got to go to the Patreon. Peace. And for those of you who do pay, I am so thankful for you. You are so incredible for just being willing to show up for me as I continue to create. I know that it's not easy to support people, and at the end of the day, I wouldn't be putting it out there unless my goal was to actually curate a space for all of us. And so by being a part of this, like I told you, you're getting a free version of the book. You also get these full long videos, and I'm even going to start sending out the individual writings early as soon as I get ahead of the chapter. So I'm so thankful for you guys. But again, the thing that's so interesting to me about this concept is that oftentimes in our culture, I feel like we've been pushed with the idea that the world has to change first. What about me? I got to defend me. I got to protect me. And you're always looking outside of yourself for growth, for safety, for protection. And instead of being able to look at inwards and ask yourself how much of what's going on in the world around me has more to do with me, you're constantly trying to see how the world can change. You're making arguments about what other people did to you and how they hurt you. And I'm not saying that from the instance of you should change. I'm saying that from the instance of my own life. I was in that same space. I looked around at the people who I knew and I was just like, why are these people so trash? Why can't these people be better? What about the politicians? What about this? Sometimes I even got to the point where I was like, it doesn't even matter what I do. Because at the end of the day, it's always going to be like this. No matter how much I want the world to change, it won't change. So what's the point of even caring? But the truth is, and that's what I put inside of this writing, is that the inner work that we end up doing ends up shifting the world around you. I know it may seem helpless because I've been there where it feels like, man, if only the world changed, then I would have the opportunity. The truth is as you change, the world just somehow starts to morph around you. And yes, there are things bigger than you that maybe you want to support. For me, it's foster kids and orphans. That's still a big part of my heart. But I feel like I now have the space and the strength and the ability to actually begin to help support the change in life that I want to see. It may not necessarily be that everything ends up being the way you want, but you'd be surprised about some of the people who come into your life. I mean, the fact that you're watching this video with everything that's going on in your life is a purposeful showing of what happens as you seek and as you're looking and as you're willing to try to find out more about yourself. So I invite you at the end of the day to reread the article and really ask yourself, take a look at yourself to try to understand the introspection of how you even got to this space. How did these people end up in your life? Why do you even have these expectations and attachments to how you hope that life could be? And through that process, I think that we can end up saving ourselves an absolute boatload of time trying to be the best versions of ourselves. So I love you guys. I'm so thankful for you. I'm grateful for you coming on. I'm going to keep writing. I'm actually about to travel to Portland for about a week, so it's going to be a little bit hard for me to continue curating the longer form videos, but I will continue making the articles. So I'm thankful for you all. I'm grateful for everything you've done. You're amazing. You're incredible. You're phenomenal. You're fantastic. You're sensational. You're tantalizing. You're divine. You're perfect. And I don't know what I'd do without you because you are me. Have a wonderful day. And until next time, peace.